Good morning, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518 on this Monday morning. Once again, my channel presents Inside Pitch, the 1977 One and Gone tournament. We welcome you to the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. This is game number 9, and it is the number 19 Cleveland Indians at 71-90, taking on the number 14 Chicago Cubs at 81-81. This is a rematch of the 1964 One and Gone tournament, which the Cleveland Indians did come away with the victory in that. They did beat the Cleveland Indians did win, as they did beat the Chicago Cubs in the 1964 One and Gone tournament. So we will see what happens now in this rematch between the Indians and the Cubs. Only this time, it's about 13 years later for 1977. So that should be exciting, we hope. I got a pretty good pitching matchup, actually, today. We have Dennis Eckersley, a young Dennis Eckersley, taking on Reuschel. And at this time, Eckersley was a starter. Funny thing is, Eckersley actually went into the Hall of Fame more of as a reliever than he did a starting pitcher, as he was more of a, but he was dominant, in my opinion, he was dominant in both ways. So, and Reuschel, old Big Daddy, he was in the league for a while, and he started here with the Cubs before moving on to other teams. So the friendly confines of Wrigley Field, the Cubs will be looking for some little bit of payback in this rematch game for their loss in 1964. So now we move 13 years later. Good late morning, good choice for Eck, threw no-hitter for the Indians. Yes, he did. Absolutely. And he had the best ERA for this Indians team in that year. The Indians were 71-90 in 1977. The Cubs were at 500. It's pretty evenly matched. There's some pretty good players on both these teams, so I really don't know how this game's going to go. Once again, the American League is at the National League, which means the pitcher does bat. So let's see how things go here, as Tribe fan is welcome here at Wrigley Field. And, of course, as he is a Tribe fan, I know he will be rooting for the Indians in this game. Starting pitcher for the 1977 Chicago Cubs is Reuschel. He was 20-10 with a 2.79 ERA. He had a very good season for the Cubs that year. Let's get things underway. Top of the first inning. Let's play some ball. And leading off for the Cleveland Indians will be center fielder Jim Norris, as he gets the call. Game is underway. 5-6, Reuschel. That is 5-6. That is a blank. And Norris a 6-2, and he leads off with a base hit past shortstop. That is a single for Norris. A good way for him to start. Leadoff hit for Norris. That will bring up second baseman Duane Kuiper. And a 1 on the strat die. So let's see. Does Norris want to go ahead and steal? His stolen base rating is a 12. Reuschel brings it down -3 to a 9. And the catcher for the Cubs is Mitterwald. And it's a -1 is an 8. So it'd be a 1 to 8 for Norris to steal. I'm not going to do that. So Norris will stay at first. Steal is off, and we will pick normally. 1-2 on Reuschel's card. Strikeout chance, an 8. That's not going to do it. That's too high. Infield, of course, is halfway. Duane Kuiper will swing 4-5, and that is a ground ball back to Reuschel. Double play rating is 1. -1 is a 0, but the pitcher automatically gets +1 and a ground out in a double play chance. So it's still a 1 -1 is 0, +1. +1 is here is a 2. Kuiper is a lefty, so the shortstop is the pivot man, which is the Jesus, and it's a -2. So there is no chance to get the double. There is no chance to get the double play. Question is, do they get Norris or do they get Kuiper? They get Norris, so Norris is out, and Kuiper will get to first base, but there is 1 out. No chance to get the double play. Tim Pepper says, wish you could watch. Work getting in the way of fun. No problem there, Tim Pepper. We'll see you later. But that is a ground out, but it's a fielder's choice. So 1 man out, but Kuiper makes it to first now. And now that will bring up the right fielder, Paul Dade. As Tim Pepper says, he's work getting in the way of his fun. I understand. Don't forget, Payoff Pitch, opening day tonight, 1985 season. Anything on Strat? Let's see. We got that's a 15. Nothing happening. Reuschel will pitch. That is a 5-4. That is a blank. Paul Dade, that is a 5-6. And against the righty, that's a ground ball to third. His double play rating 2. -1 is 1. +1 is 2. Second base is automatic the pivot rating for the Cubs, and that is trio. And that's a -2. So again, no chance to turn a double play. Question is, who do they get out? And they get Dade out. So Kuiper actually moves over to second. And Dade is out at first for the second out. So again, the Cubs can't turn 2. And now the batter will be first baseman Andre Thornton. With the infield back to normal. Anything on Strat? That is a 19, no bunt. So Reuschel will pitch. That is a 3-2. That's a blank. Thornton 4-6, and he singles past the third baseman. That's a base hit. That's Kuiper's score. Base running rating of a 3. And in order to get from first to home, it needs to be a 5. And it is not. It's a 3. Even with the +1, it's a 4. Kuiper does not score from second. He has to hold at third. And that could be huge. But that's the second hit of the game. And now a chance for a third baseman, Buddy Bell, with 2 outs. Runners at first and third. Anything on Strat? And it says a 14, nothing happening. Reuschel's pitch. That is a 3-6. That's a strikeout chance, and a 6 is going to get him. And he strikes out Bell. The Cubs had to do it the hard way. No runs for the Indians on 2 hits. The Indians could not get a man in. But we will go to the bottom of the first, as the Cubs will now get their first chance at the plate. Starting pitcher for the Cleveland Indians, 1977, will be Dennis Eckersley. He was 14-13 with a 3.53 ERA. He will get the call for the Indians. He was their ace in that year. Leading off for the 77 Cubbies, in the bottom of the first will be shortstop Ivan De Jesus. Eckersley's pitch, 2-4. Possible hit pipe pitch, a 16 is going to be too high. De Jesus, a 6-2, and he flies out the left. Next batter will be left fielder Larry Buckner. I have him in left field for this game. Buckner Eckersley 1-3. That's a strikeout chance. A 7 against a righty is not going to do it. So that's going to be too high. Buckner swings 4-3. Starline 4. He flies out to center. Dennis Eckersley, a definite fly ball pitcher. As you can tell by the star line, he has flyouts on every single star line. So he definitely was a fly ball pitcher. Next batter, first baseman Bill Buckner. Bill Buckner. We all remember him for what he did in 1986, but people seem to forget Buckner was an excellent player. Not in the Hall of Fame. I can't put him in the Hall of Fame, but I definitely put him in the Hall of the Very Good. That's for sure. Dennis Eckersley will pitch 3-3 against the lefty. That's a blank. Buckner 5-1. That's a hit column roll to right field against the righty. That is a 16, and that's going to be a double for Bill Buckner as he hits it into right. 2-out double for Billy Buckner. And that will bring up right fielder Bobby Mercer. Forever Maine 90 says hello here at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Buckner on a second on a 2-out double. And that is a 9, nothing happening. Eckersley will pitch. That's a 1-1. Possible home run check against home run question mark against a lefty, a 1-6 against a left-handed batter. That 10 is too high, so there is no home run check. Doesn't go any further than that. Mercer does swing a 3-5, and he doubles to left field. Bobby Mercer, two out doubles. Buckner, of course, scores easily. from second base. Mercer will go to second base. And just like that, the Cubbies are up 1-0. Dennis Eckersley gives up two-out doubles. Next batter will be center fielder Jerry Morales. Arg, another matchup not made for White Sox fans. Hey, come on, Forever Man. Your White Sox won the 1994 restart title. Still 2 outs. And that is a 16 on the strat, and we've got nothing happening. So Eckersley will pitch. That is a 3-2. That's a wild pitch possibility. 16 too high. We'll re-roll. A 6-6, and that's a strikeout plus 10. And against a righty, that 9 becomes a 19. Nothing from Wrigley Field. That's an 18, and he will strike out Morales. The Cubs get 1 run on two two-out doubles. At the end of 1, the Cubs lead the Indians 1-0. Top of the second coming up here in this 1 and gone. Next batter for the Indians will be the catcher, Fred Kendall. That is a 4-5 on Reuschel against a righty. That is a blank. Kendall swings 2-1. He grounds out to short. That will bring up the left fielder, Bruce Bochy. Reuschel 3-1. Strikeout chance. A 3 is going to get him. And that gets him out of there, 2 down. And now the shortstop, Frank Duffy. Yep, thanks again for that. I'm struggling a little bit with your 1994 White Sox replay on Payoff Pitch. 2 outs. Reuschel with the pitch. That is a 6-2 against the right. That's a walk chance, and 11 is going to be too high. Wrigley Field subtracts only 1 from the walk rating, nothing else from anywhere, but his walk rating is a right, and that against a righty is a 9, so that 11 is going to be too high, so Duffy gets the swing, and that is a 5-1, and he grounds out to third, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Reuschel. Timeout for station break. We go to the bottom half of the second inning now, as station break took care of that. Eckersley back on the mound. Who leads off? Second baseman for the Cubs, Manny Trio. Eckersley's pitch, 2-6. That's a double question mark against the right. Against a right-hander. A 1-14 will be a star line. That's a 12, and that is going to be an automatic out, and that is a fly out to center. Eckersley, definitely a fly ball pitcher. Here's third baseman Steve Ontiveros. That's a 6-6. And against a lefty, that's a blank since Ontiveros is switch hitter. And a 3-1. And that's going to be a base hit for Steve Ontiveros. That's a single past third. Ontiveros goes to first. And now the catcher, George Mitterwald, infield halfway. Eckersley 3-6, and that is a walk chance, and a 5 is going to do it. Against the righty, that is a 9, -1 is an 8, but he walks Mitterwald. So Eckersley off to a tough start so far in this game. And now with runners at first and second, here comes the pitcher, Rick Reuschel. And he can hit. He batted .207. Anything on strat? A 14. Can he bunt? Well, the bunt rating is a 3. Yes, he can. Do I bunt or do I hit him? Let him hit away. Runners at first and second. I'm going to actually call that off. And since Reuschel hits at 207, I'm going to let him hit. I think a bunt may be a waste here. Eckersley will pitch. 1-2. That is a walk chance, but he's not going to walk Reuschel with a 1. So no walk there. But Reuschel will swing. Takes a swing, 1-5, and he grounds one to second base. So let's check the double play. Nothing from Reuschel, 0, +1 from Eckersley. +1 here makes it a 2. And the ball will hit the second. So the shortstop for Cleveland is Duffy. He adds no rating. So a 1-2, Reuschel grounds out into double play. It is a 4. It does not, which means Ontiveros moves over to third since the ball was hit to second. Mitterwald is out, and Reuschel is on at first, and there are 2 outs. So that is a fielder's choice. Now runners at the corners for Ivan De Jesus. Infield goes back to normal. First, I should see if there's anything on Strat. Anything on Strat? A 4. Ontiveros, no steal. Well, Eckersley, +2. That was a possible hit and run, but you're not hit and running with 2 outs. Okay. Nothing happening, so Eckersley will pitch. That's a 4-4 for Eckersley. That is a range play. Ivan De Jesus, 1-6. A fly ball to right field. And that's Dade out there. That's Paul Dade. Dade's range is a 1-2. Does he make this play? No, he does not. Is it a single or a double? That's going to be a double. So Ontiveros will come in to score. De Jesus automatically goes to second. Reuschel on at third. His base running rating is a 2. So that becomes a D9. In order to get from first to home, that's -1. So that's a 1. But 2 outs makes it a 2. The ball was hit to right field, which is Dade. He adds 1 to his reign. A 1-3, Reuschel will score. It is a 1, and he does. Reuschel comes in from first base, and with a rating of 3, does Jesus get to third? And the answer is, does he advance on the throw? Yes, he does. Ivan De Jesus moves to third. A 2 RBI double by Ivan De Jesus. So 2 runs come in to score for the Cubs, and they now lead 3-0. Rick Reuschel getting on his horse, exactly. Getting on his horse, but the Cubs now have a 3-0 lead as Ivan De Jesus smacks a 2 RBI double. The batter now will be Larry Buckner. And with a runner still on third, Eckersley not looking too good. Anything on Strat? That is a 20. Possible pickoff. It's a 4. Nothing happening. No pickoff. Eckersley will pitch to Buckner. That's a 5-5. And against the lefty, that is a blank. Buckner, 6-4. He grounds out to second, and that will end the inning. 2 runs for the Cubs on 2 hits. A walk and a fielder's choice at the end of 2. The Cubs are leading this game 3-0. Looking to get some payback for the loss to the Cleveland Indians in the 1964 one and gone. For those of you who didn't get a chance to watch that, please do. That was a lot of fun doing that tournament. Top of the 3rd inning, Dennis Eckersley will bat. He uses pitcher hitting card number 1. Reuschel will pitch 6-6. That's a strikeout chance, and he'll get him. That struck him out easily, 1 down. And now Jim Norris comes up. Reuschel, 6-5. That's a blank. Norris, 3-6. And against a righty, that's a single past second base. A base hit for Norris. Norris gets his second hit of the game. He'll get to first. And that will bring up Dwayne Kuiper, infield halfway. Anything on the Strat? A 6. Again, that possible stolen base comes up, but now you need base runners, so you can't steal. You're down by 3 already, so there's not going to be any stealing, I don't think. There's no hit and run chance I see here. So Reuschel will pitch. That is a 3-1. Strikeout chance 18 will be too high. Dwayne Kuiper 1-6, and against a right-hander, he singles to center. Singles to past second base. Norris's base running rating is a 3, and it needs to be a 3 in order to get from first to third, which it is, and he will get there. And now the Indians have something going on. 2 straight base hits, runners at the corners, and only 1 out. And a chance now for Paul Dade to come up to bat, as he missed a great opportunity in right field to make a play, which allowed the double. Anything on Strat? That is a 1. Kuiper is. Let's see. Norris is not going to steal. Is not going to steal home, and Kuiper is not going to steal second. So nothing happening. I'll call off the steal and let Reuschel pitch. Infield still halfway. The Cubs are going to try to get 2 outs and trade in a run if possible. Reuschel's pitch 6-5. That's a blank. Dade gets the swing. 5-2, and he pops up to second. Ouch. Pops it out to second. 2 outs. That's a big out. And now it'll be up to Andre Thornton for the Indians. We'll still roll for Strat. That's an 18. Nothing happening. Can Reuschel get out of the jam? Reuschel will pitch. That's a 3-6. Strikeout chance. A 16 is going to be too high. Thornton will swing 4-3, and it's a fly ball to right field. And he gets out of it. No runs for the Indians. There were a couple of hits. Still 3-0 Cubs. Bottom of the third. Dennis Eckersley has yet to pitch a decent inning. He's given up runs so far. And here is Bill Buckner for the Cubs. He had a double his last time up. Eckersley's pitch, 1-6, strikeout chance. That one's going to do it. He gets Buckner out. And here is Bobby Mercer. Eckersley 5-3. Possible error on a throw. Mercer 1-4. That's a fly out to right. There's no throwing error. Jerry Morales will take a hit. They'll take a swing. He struck out his last time up. 1-1 at Eckersley. Possible home run chance. Home run question mark against a righty. That's a 1-14. That's a 6. That does pass. Jerry Morales against a right-hander is an 8. No, nothing from Wrigley Field. A 1-8. Jerry Morales hits this one out. That is a 10. He does not. But he does get the swing. It becomes a blank. It's a 3-2, and he's star line 3. It's a star line 3, and he just flies out the left. Morales just got under it, and that's the first 1-2-3 inning for Eckersley. Still 3-0 Cubs, though, as the Indians are getting opportunities but not able to do anything with it. Top of the fourth coming up here at the Friendly Confines. And here is Buddy Bell. Reuschel 3-5. That's a star line. And that is going to be a ground out to second. You can take a look. If you look at Eckersley, he has F7, 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 F8, F9, F8. Reuschel, G3, G3, G4, G5, G5, G6. You can tell that Reuschel is a ground ball pitcher and Eckersley is a fly ball pitcher. One thing I like about the star lines, they tell you actually what auto outs you're going to get. So if you're looking to get that double play, you would probably bring in a pitcher that had this kind of thing to try to get 2 outs. Here's Fred Kendall. There is 1 out here on the top of the fourth, though. Reuschel 3-4. Hit by pitch possibility. That's a 9. That's going to be too high. Kendall 4-6. And he singles to past the second baseman for a hit. Another hit for the Indians. He'll go to first. That will bring up Bruce Bhakti. Anything on Strat? I don't think so. It's going to be a 16. Bhakti, nothing happening. Infield halfway for the Cubs. Reuschel's pitch, 4-4. That's a range play. Bhakti, 3-2. That's a base. That's a possible single to first base. The ball is hit to Buckner. His range is a 1. He doesn't get it, so that's going to be a base hit. But is that going to be a single or a double? That's going to be a single. So on a single 3, Fred Kendall, his base running rating is a 2. In order to get from first to third, that's all he needs. So Kendall will make it to third base, and Bhakti has a single. As it gets by, it gets through, it gets by Buckner. Oh, I'm sorry. Bad memory. Good memories as a Mets fan. Bad memories for a Red Sox fan. Runners in the corners, 1 out. Again, Cleveland has a good opportunity here. It'll be up to Frank Duffy. With 1 out, runners in the corners, the Cubs are going to keep the infield halfway and try to turn 2. Duffy grounded out his last time up. Anything on Strat? We got a 14, nothing happening. Rick Reuschel again in a jam. Cleveland getting opportunities. Can the Cubs keep him off the board? That is a 6-4 for Reuschel. That is at the ballpark. Frank Duffy, 5-5, and that is going to be a single, possible double. So Fred Kendall will score automatically. It's an automatic 2 bases no matter what. Bhakti goes to third. Duffy's on at first. Now, question, his base running rating is a 3. The ball was hit to left. Bittner's arm rating is a 0. A 1-3, Duffy gets the second. A 4 or 5, he holds. 6, he's out. It is a 1, and he does. It turns out to be a double. Third straight hit given up, and the Indians finally get on the board. It's 3-1. Frank Duffy comes through. Now, the pitcher is up, Dennis Eckersley. He uses a pitcher hitting card number 1. There's no chance that pretty much Eckersley can get it. The only way Eckersley can get a hit is off this card is on a range play. He can walk, of course, too. There's still 1 out, runners at second and third. In this case, I usually for the guy to give the American League pitcher a little bit of a crack at this because they never hit during the DH years before they started interleague play. I usually give him an auto bunt, but first I'll see if the bunt automatically comes up by Strat. That is a 14. Bunt rating is 4. So yes, the bunt is going to be on. So Dennis Eckersley is going to try a squeeze bunt. He's going to try a squeeze bunt. The infield is going to be. The infield is going to be not going to bring it halfway, so the infield is going to be in. So we got a squeeze bunt opportunity, which does make things kind of strange. But we'll see what happens. So a squeeze bunt is going to be called for Dennis Eckersley. There is 1 out. Reuschel first pitches, see what he gets. That's a 6-4. That's at the ballpark, but that is disregarded. So now Eckersley gets to swing. The bunt is 1 ahead. The bunt is laid down at the plate to the catcher, and it's an 11. Now I got to check the squeeze bunt chart because that is not on the main chart. So let's see what we got here. Squeeze bunt, it's an 11 for Eckersley. Let's see what he comes up here. His bunt rating is a 4. And it's an 11, and the lead runner is going to be thrown out. Batter save at first. So the squeeze bunt does not work as Bhakti, as he bunted at the plate, and it's going to be a tag made by Mitterwald as Bhakti is out. Duffy does go to third, and Eckersley is on at first. So that was not a good bunt on an 11, on a squeeze, and there are now 2 outs. The batter now will be Jim Norris. Norris, however, is 2 for 2. Tough play by Dennis Eckersley, but not much he could do. 2 outs. See if anything going on the Strat. That's a 4, nothing happening. Rick Reuschel will pitch to Norris. 2 outs. Can Norris come through with a hit again? 6-5. That's a blank. Norris will get a chance to swing. 1-4. And he does. He singles past the second base for a base hit. A base hit for Norris, his third of the game. Duffy will score from third. He'll trot on home. He trots on home. A base running rating of 1. There is no way that Eckersley can get there. So he will hold at second base, but it's now 3-2. And the Indians are breaking through Rick Reuschel finally. Jim Norris, his third hit of the game. An RBI single this time. Runners at first and second now for Dwayne Kuiper. This inning will continue. Kuiper's 1 for 2. Eckersley on at second, Norris at first. Anything on Strat? It's a 5. Nothing happening. Reuschel now in a bit of a jam. Now 3-2. We got a ball game again. 2 outs. Infield is normal. Reuschel's pitch. That's a 4-1. That's a possible error. Kuiper. 3-4. That's a ground ball to short. And the ball is to Jesus. His error rating is a 10. That's a 12. There's not going to be an error. And he'll throw to first to get the out. But a good inning for the Indians. 2 runs on 4 hits. And a fielder's choice. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's now a 3-2 ball game. As the Indians come through with some timely hitting. Bottom of the fourth, Eckersley will take the mound. Manny Trio will bat for the Cubs. Eckersley's pitch, 5-5. Against the right, that's an automatic out. And that's going to be a fly out to left. Here's Steve Ontiveros. Eckersley, 4-4. Range play. And that is a 1-4. And that is a ball hit to right field. That's a single to right. The ball in right field for the Indians is Dade. His range is a 2. Can he make the play this time? No, he does not, so it's a base hit. And Ontiveros will keep it a single to right. And he reaches base for the second time today. That's his second hit. Ontiveros will be on first. The batter will be George Mitterwald. Anything on Strat? A 16. Nope. Ontiveros on at first. Now a 3-2 ball game. Eckersley with the pitch. 1-6. Strikeout chance. The 9 will do it. He's out of there. 2 outs. And now Rick Reuschel comes to bat. As I said, not a bad hitter. He batted .207 in 77. Anything on Strat? That is a 10. Nothing happening. Eckersley with the pitch. 5-3. That's a possible error on a throw. Reuschel, 6-4. And that is a hit column roll into left field. But that is going to be a 15, which is going to be too. That's going to be a triple. I'm sorry. I thought that was too high. That's a 15. Rick Reuschel just smacked a triple. A 6-4, and he smacks a triple into left field. He gets it. Oh, boy. That's a triple. Reuschel goes to third. Ontiveros will score, and it's now 4-2 Cubs. Rick Reuschel hits a triple for the Cubs. I thought that was going to be too high until I looked at the card more closely. Triple for Rick Reuschel. He's that, as Tribe fan says, he was getting on his horse. Now he's hitting at the plate. 4-2 Cubbies. The batter is Ivan De Jesus with still 2 outs. De Jesus is 1 for 2. That's a 3-5, and that's going to be a strikeout chance of 12 will be too high. De Jesus 4-6. That's an automatic out, and it's a fly out to right. The Cubs get 1 run on 2 hits, an RBI triple by Reuschel. Can't believe he actually hit one then, but he must have hit a triple back in that time. If somebody can check that for me and see if Reuschel, how many triples he hit in 1977. But at the end of 4, the Cubs retake a 2-run lead. It's now 4-2. And Reuschel will get back on the mound, and we'll pitch the top of the 5th. Here is Paul Dade, who's getting killed in right field with range plays. Reuschel with the pitch. And that is a 5-1 against a righty. That's a strikeout chance plus 10. That's a 19 then on Dade, and he is out of there. As Reuschel buries him at the plate for the first out. Here is Andre Thornton. Reuschel 1-4. That's a range play at the ballpark. 4-5, and that's a possible home run chance. 4-5 is a possible home run chance to the opposite field, which means Thornton just hit a deep fly ball to right field against a righty. That is a 20, and there's no adjustment from Wrigley Field. That is gone. Andre Thornton smacks a solo home run. And the Indians get that run back. Solo jack by Andre Thornton. And it's now 4-3 as the Indians get it back. Rick Reuschel, 3 doubles, a triple, and a homer in 1977. Yeah. Yep, Rick Reuschel, I believe his card has that home run chance. Yes, it does. He's got a 4 for home run chances. A home run for Andre Thornton. He sends one out. Now the batter is Buddy Bell with 1 out. We're back to a 1-run game. Thank you, Tribe fan. Still 1 out here as Reuschel serves up as Wrigley Field helps that one out of here. That's a 4-2 for Reuschel. That is and against the righty, that's a strikeout chance plus 10. And that's going to be a 19 on Buddy Bell, 12 on the die, and Buddy Bell will go down. And here is Fred Kendall. Reuschel, 3-4, hit by pitch, and a 3 is going to get him. 3 is going to get him. Plus 1 from Reuschel, 2 for Kendall makes it a 3, and he plunks Kendall and puts the tying run on base. Hit batter. And now can Bruce Bochy come through here for Cleveland with 2 outs? Anything on Strat? A 12, nothing happening. Fred Kendall on it first. Reuschel now pitching to Bochy, and Bochy, good hitter, 301 average in 77. Reuschel's pitch, that's a 6-3. That is a range play. Bochy, 2-4. That's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Ontiveros. His range is a 2. Does he make the play? No, he gets it past Ontiveros, and that becomes a single 6. Kendall, however, needs to have a 5 base running rating to get to third base, and he does not because of that. So Kendall will make it to second and hold. But a base hit for Bochy. And that is his second hit of the game. And now a chance for Frank Duffy at shortstop. Duffy has got a double his last time up, but there are 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Can Reuschel do the job? Anything on Strat? That's a 6. Nothing on Kendall. Nope. Duffy at the plate. Reuschel will pitch to him. That is a 4-1. That's a possible error. Oh, boy. And Duffy, that's a 1-6, and it's a ground ball to second base. The ball is hit to Trio. His error rating is a 9. That's an 18. It's not going to be an error. So Trio will make the play and throw to first for the out. 1 run for the Indians on 2 hits and a hit batter. The big run, of course, by Andre Thornton. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 4-3 ball game. Dennis Eckersley pitched. Usually his batter face is 30, and Dennis Eckersley still has lots to go. He is due to bat first in the top of the 6th inning. Don't know if I'm going to allow him to do that because of his ability. Eckersley might be coming out early, but we'll see what happens here. Larry Bittner does lead off for Chicago in the bottom of the 5th. That is a 6-5 for Eckersley, and that's a blank against the lefty. Bittner, 5-6. He pops out the 3rd. Here is Billy Buckner. Geez, even in 1977, even in 77, Buckner had a range of 1. Had no range at first base anyway. Eckersley's pitch, 1-2. That's a walk chance. The 18 is going to be too high. 1-4 for Buckner. He grounds out to second. And now Bobby Mercer. 4-2 for Mercer. I'm sorry, 4-2 at Eckersley. And against the lefty, that is a home run chance by Eckersley. And against the right-hander, that is a 14. That is a 9. And that is a goner. Dennis Eckersley pitches up a meatball, and Bobby Mercer turns it into lasagna. That is gone. Home run, Bobby Mercer. A straight home run check against the lefty at 4-2. And Mercer with a 14 against the righty with a 9 on the dice, no adjustment. And Mercer once again makes this a 2-run game. Home run, Bobby Mercer. And now it's 5-3. That will bring up Jerry Morales, a 2-run homer for Mercer. Yeah, that one does hurt, doesn't it? Eckersley will pitch. That's a 2-5. Strikeout chance at 12 is going to be too high. Morales, 6-4. And against the righty, that is a ground out to first. 1 run for the Cubs on a hit. A solo shot by Mercer at the end of 5. The Cubs now lead it 5-3. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Dennis Eckersley. Now, Eckersley has 30 batters faced, but this is a pull rating. It's optional. If he gives up anything like 12, anything bad to him, it's an automatic pull. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's given up 8 hits, and he's given up 5 runs. Tell you what, Tribe fam, it's the top of the 6th inning. Do I pull him and bring in a pinch hitter? For Dennis Eckersley, it's 5-3, top of the 6th, and he's due to bat first. Do we pinch hit for him, Tribe? The Indians are your team. What do you think? I'll let you make the call. You would now, yes. Okay, so Eckersley will be done as he will come out of the game. And now the Indians will bring in a pinch hitter, and Reuschel is the pitcher. So I think they're going to look at a lefty, and they're going to have. Let's see here. It's a 6th inning, so I really got to go with the higher at bats. And coming on to bat for Cleveland will be John Let It Be Lowenstein. He will go up against Rick Reuschel here in the top of the 6th inning. 5-3 Cubs. Reuschel will pitch. That is a 6-1. That's a possible error on a throw. Lowenstein, 4-1. That's a fly out to center. There's no throw there. And there is 1 out. Top of the order here is Jim Norris. Norris having a great game. He's 3 for 3, 3 base hits. Reuschel hasn't gotten him out yet. 1-2. Strikeout chance. 13 is going to be too high. Norris 1-1, but this time he flies out to right. And now Dwayne Kuiper comes up. Reuschel with the pitch, 6-5. That's a blank. Kuiper 1-6, and against the righty, that is a single past second for a hit. Kuiper will get to first. Another chance for the Indians. And now Paul Dade will come up for Cleveland. 2 outs. Am I rolling strat? Yes, I am. And that is a 12. Nothing happening. Paul Dade, he is 0 for 3. Kuiper on at first. 2 men down here in the top of the 6th. Reuschel's pitch. That's a 4-5. And against a righty, that is a blank. Dade, a 1-3. And he grounds out to short, and that'll end it. No runs for Cleveland. They do get a hit. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Still 5-3 Cubs. In this rematch of the 1964 one and gone tournament. They have 2 rights and a switch coming up. Manny Trio leads off for the Cubs, so now we'll see who we'll bring in for a pitcher for the Indians, and they'll probably bring in a right-hander. Let's see what I want to do for their bullpen. And they are going to bring in Jim Bibby. Where do I want to go with him? He actually had only 7 reliefs. Yeah, Jim Bibby will come in. He will pitch for the Indians against Manny Trio. Bottom of the 6th inning. Bibby's pitch, 1-6 against a righty. That is a blank. Trio, 2-2, and against a righty, that's a ground out to short. 1 man down. And now Steve Ontiveros, switch hitter. Ontiveros is 2 for 2. Bibby's pitch, 5-1. That's a range play at the park. 4-4. That's a ground out to third. Here is George Mitterwald. Bibby, 6-3, and that's a blank. Mitterwald, 5-3, and he pops out to third. A nice 1-2-3 inning by Jim Bibby. Nothing there for the Cubs, and it's still 5-3 in favor of the Cubbies. Top of the 7th coming up. Andre Thornton will lead off for the Indians. Rick Reuschel, 28 batters, and he is tired. He is tired. Rick Reuschel is tired. He is due to bat first. So they're going to see if they can get Reuschel to go this inning without wasting a pitcher. He is due to bat first, so he is tired. So he will be tired unless, of course, I will not have to remove him unless he hits into this column S1 or a walk here or here. Top of the 7th, Andre Thornton leads off. He blasted a home run his last time up. So Reuschel is tired, and the Cubs are going to see if they can keep him in there for one more inning. That is a 2-6. That's an error on a grounder. Andre Thornton, 3-5. And against a righty, that is a double to left field. Double to left. Bittner's error rating is a 2. That is a 3. There will not be an error. But Thornton does make it a leadoff double off of Reuschel. Man on second for the Indians. Thornton will hold. The batter now is Buddy Bell. And now they're going to have no chance. They're going to pull Reuschel. Now they got no choice. So now the Cubs will bring in a new pitcher. And you got, what do you got? You got a righty, right, left. So they'll probably bring in a right-hander here. Let's see who we want to bring in. Cub bullpen is not that good, except for Suter, but he's a closer. You got to keep him. Let's see here who we bring in. Who do we bring in for the Cubs? Who do we bring in? Not that good, the bullpen. I could see why they were 500. They're going to bring in Pete Broberg. The Cub bullpen is not that good. And Broberg will come on to pitch against Buddy Bell. Probably should have just left Reuschel in there, but top of the 7th inning, 5-3. And Broberg is in there. See if anything on Strat. Yes, I still roll a Strat. And that is a 15, nothing happening. Infield is normal. So here's Pete Broberg to try to get it to Buddy Bell. See what he can do. 1-5, that's a strikeout chance. A 7 will do it. He strikes out Bell. That's a big strikeout. And Bell goes down for the 3rd time today. That's a 3rd strikeout. Bell has the hat trick. And now Fred Kendall. Strat rolls 6. Nothing happening. Broberg will pitch. That's a 2-5. That's a wild pitch opportunity. A 14 is a blank. It's not going to happen. So Broberg will re-pitch again. 4-5. That's a strikeout chance. The 14, though, is too high. Kendall gets to swing. 4-5. Line drive right back to Broberg. That's a line out. And do they turn a double play? That is a 2 with a runner on second. No. Andre Thornton gets back 2 outs. And now it's up to Bruce Bochy with 2 outs now and a runner on second. Bell was a good hitter. Keith White joins me at Wrigley Field. Yes, he was. Buddy Bell was a good hitter. There's no doubt. Although he's not having a good hit today, he is 0 for 4. Broberg trying to keep this a 2-run game. Bruce Bochy now up. And that is a 17. Normally could try a bunt, but of course you're not bunting with 2 outs. So Broberg will pitch to Bochy. Big pitch here. Broberg, 4-4. That is at the ballpark. Wrigley Field, 1-4. Popped out to the catcher. Side retired. No runs for the Indians. They do get a hit. 7th inning stretch. Cubs still lead Cleveland 5-3. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Jim Bibby will pitch for Cleveland, and that's going to be it for Broberg as he just came in here to pitch for 3 batters as the pitcher is due up. So we'll see a switch hitter against Bibby, and they're going to go with Greg Gross. Batted .322 in 77. Good hitter. He did have 239 at bats. Greg Gross is one of their main pinch hitters. Bottom of the 7th, and now Jim Bibby will go up against Gross. And we'll see a new pitcher as Bibby's going to come out. He's due to bat second, and they're going to bring in a lefty because you got 2 lefties coming up in the first 3. So let's see who the Indians want to do. And they're going to bring in Don Hood. Hood will pitch to Gross now. Chicago will not burn a pinch hitter here. They will let him hit. Hood's pitch, 1-1, range play. Gross, 6-5. That's a ground ball to first base, and that's Andre Thornton. His range is a 2. He's not going to make that play. That's a base hit. Is it a single or a double? It is a single. Gross is on first as he gets it by Thornton, just barely. Thornton died for it and just couldn't make the play. Base hit for Gross. He will be on first. And the batter is Ivan De Jesus. Infield halfway. Anything on Strat? A 13. Nothing happening. No. Don Hood trying to keep it where it's at. Hood with the pitch. 2-6. Against the right. That's an automatic out. That's an auto out. 3. It's a ground ball to second base. De Jesus' double play rating 2. 3-0 from Hood. Shortstop is a 0. So a 1-3, they'll turn the double play. They do not. Gross will be out at second, and De Jesus will make it to first. Fielder's choice. 1 out. Here's Larry Bittner. Infield still staying halfway. Hood. Let's first I should roll Strat. Strat roll is an 18. Nothing happening. Hood with the pitch. 5-4. That's a blank. Bittner. 6-1. Ground out to second. Again a double play chance. 2, 3. Shortstop is a 0. So a 1-3. They're going to turn double play again. It's a 2. This time they do. 4-6-3 double play, and the inning is over as Don Hood does what he was supposed to do. No runs for the Cubs. They did get a hit. At the end of 7, still 5-3. When did Bell become a Ranger? I know it was in the. I believe it was in the early 80s, I believe, and then became a Red later. He became a Red after that. Top of the 8th, 5-3. Frank Duffy leads off for the Indians in the top of the 8th inning. Cubs need a pitcher. And they'll see Frank Duffy and a pinch hitter for the pitcher as Hood's going to be out of there. So we'll see a new pitcher for the Cubs. As I said, their bullpen is very meh. They're going to go with their best overall pitcher, even though Duffy's a right-hander. They're going to go with Willie Hernandez. He will come in and pitch for the Cubs. He will pitch to Frank Duffy here in the top of the 8th inning. 1979. Thank you there, Tribe fan. You always learn something every time you play watch one of my games. 5-3, Cubs. Rangers had a good team in 78. The Rangers had a good team in 77. Rangers had a good team in 77. They just barely missed. They didn't finish far behind the Kansas City Royals in the American League West this year. Rangers had a good team in 77. Hernandez will pitch to Duffy. That is a 1-1. That's a walk chance. 13 will be too high. Duffy will swing 5-3, ground out to short. For out number 1, we'll see a pinch hitter for the Indians now. And let's see who they want to bring in. Got a choice of right-handers here. They're going to go with Larvell Blanks. He will bat against Hernandez. Larvell Blanks will pinch hit. Hernandez with the pitch. That's a 2-3 strikeout chance, and the 5 will do it. Larvell Blanks is a 6 against lefties, and that is a 5. He strikes out Blanks. That's a big strikeout. Not easy to get out. Top of the order for the Indians, here is Jim Norris. Norris is 3 for 4 tonight. He's had 3 singles. Hernandez with the pitch, 5-2 at the ballpark. Norris, 4-4, ground out to third, side retire. Nothing across as Willie Hernandez retires the Indians in order, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, with it still 5-3 Cubs. Was Matlack an underappreciated pitcher? Yeah, he was. He was underappreciated. John Matlack was not too bad. He was a good pitcher. He is a good pitcher. Bottom of the 8th inning, leading off for the Cubs is going to be Bill Buckner. They got 2 lefts and a right coming up. Cleveland needs to keep this a 5-3 game. Who are they going to bring in to pitch? And they're going to bring in their closer, Jim Kern, to try to keep this 5-3. Kern will pitch to Buckner. Bottom of the 8th inning. Kern pitch. 5-4. That is against the lefty. That's a walk chance plus 10. That's a 12, and that's going to get Buckner to first base. Buckner walks. He'll trot on down to first and bring up Bobby Mercer. Infield halfway. Am I rolling strat? No. Kern will pitch. 3-3. Strikeout chance. That's a 9, and that's going to be too high. Mercer's strikeout chance against a righty is an 8. He avoids the strikeout. Mercer will swing. 1-5. Ground out to second. Mercer's double play rating 1. Plus 1 here is 2. Shortstop for Cleveland, 0. 1-2, they turn double play. They do not. Buckner is going to be out, and Mercer makes it to first base. Fielder's choice, 1 down. John West joins me now here at Wrigley Field. Thornton was the other good bat for the Indians. Yes, he was. That year, yes. Fielder's choice, the next batter for the Cubs will be Jerry Morales. Still a runner on first, but now 1 out. No strat roll. Kern, 6-6. That's a possible error on a throw. Morales, 1-2. That's a star line 6, and that is a ground ball to short. Duffy's error rating is an 8. That's a 7, and it is going to be a throwing error. It's going to be a one-base. It's going to be a throwing error. And now we got it, since it's a possible double play chance, his first throw would go to second, which would be Kuiper. His range is a 3. Does he prevent the throw from going away? That is a 6. No, Kuiper could not do it. Now, he could not do it. So now we see if any runners or batters get an extra base. So Mercer, we already know, is at second. Morales is on at first. Mercer's base running rating is a 2. Does he go to third? No, he does not. So it's only a 1 base error. It is an error, though, and the error is on Kuiper. Actually, I'm sorry, no, the error is on Duffy. Duffy gets the error. That is an E6. As Bobby Mercer did not get a high enough roll on the die to advance to third base. So it's only a 1 base error on a throwing error like that. You do not check the runner advancement chart because it was a ground ball, not a hit. So bottom of the 8th inning, the Cubs got big insurance runs out there. The batter is Manny Trio. So Jim Kern, a throwing error does not allow, so a bad error, but luckily the runners could not take an extra base. Kern will pitch the Trio. That is a 6-2 strikeout chance. 10's going to be too high. Trio will swing. 3-6, fly ball to right. That's the second out. Mercer's base running rating is a 2. And a fly ball to right, you roll 2d6 to see if he advances. A 3, he does not. So Mercer stays at second base, but there are now 2 outs. And now Steve Onoveros is the batter with 2 outs now. Can Kern get out of this jam? 1-4. That's a blank. He's not tired. Onoveros, 6-6. Ground ball right back to Kern. He'll throw it to first and get the final out. No runs, no hits. There was an error. And at the end of 8, last chance for the Indians. They are still down 5-3. The Cubs will bring on their closer, and we all know who that is. That's going to be Bruce Sutter. Sutter will come in to close. The man who invented the save statistic. They'll have to do it against some good, decent hitters, though. Dwayne Kuiper leads off for Cleveland. in the top of the 9th inning. But they'll have to go up against Bruce Sutter. Wind must be blowing in at Wrigley. Well, we've had a couple of homers. Andre Thornton hit a home run for the Indians, and Bobby Mercer hit a home run for the Cubs. So we've had 2 home runs in this game. There were a decent amount of home runs at Wrigley Field. 151 were hit in 77. Bruce Sutter, Hall of Famer, will pitch to Dwayne Kuiper, the man who invented the save. Indians have a tough chore here to do it if they want to try to win this game. Sutter's pitch, 2-1. Well, that starts with a possible error. Kuiper, 4-5. That's a ground ball back to Sutter, but Sutter has no error rating. He'll make the play, 1 out. He has no error rating on his card. 1 man down. The batter is Paul Dade. Heard it said that Sutter rarely threw a strike. He had 129 strikeouts that year, so I'm not going to say he didn't throw strikes. He was 7-3 with 31 saves and a 1.34 ERA in 77. He was the best relief pitcher that year. Sutter's pitch, 3-6. Strikeout plus 10 chance, and that's going to get Dade. Strikes out Dade. Dade was a 9. That becomes a 19 and a 6 there. He would have gotten Dade out even without that. 2 down. And the last chance for the Cleveland Indians will be Andre Thornton. Sutter's pitch. 2-5. Range play at the ballpark. Thornton, 6-2. That is a star line 3. That's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to De Jesus. His range is a 5. And he will make that with no problem at all. Picks it up, throws to first, and the Indians are 1 and gone. The Chicago Cubs get some payback for their loss in the 64 one-and-gone tournament. As the Cubs advance and knock out the Cleveland Indians in this game, they win it 5-3. Give you guys a final line score here. 2, 4, 8, 10. Not that the Indians didn't hit. They got hits. They just couldn't get the runs in. For the Chicago Cubs, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. For the Cleveland Indians, 3 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error. Rick Reuschel definitely gets the win. Eckersley will take the loss, and yes, Sutter will get the save. And that will do it as the Chicago Cubs keep on running into each other. And the Cubs will move on to the second round of the one-and-gone tournament. And they will face the winner of the Chicago Cubs will take on the New York Yankees in their next game. They will be going to Yankee Stadium to play the Yankees. That's their next opponent. Game number 10 will be my Mets. The New York Mets will take on the Minnesota Twins. I'm not expecting the Mets to win that game. The Mets in 77 were god-awful. But they will take on the Twins in game 10. I will have that game tomorrow, since tonight we start the 1985 Payoff Pitch season opening day. So, guys, join me for that. I'm going to start that at 7. We're doing a doubleheader. It will be Cleveland at Detroit and then Toronto at Kansas City to start off the Payoff Pitch season. Well, everyone, thank you for joining me. Keith White, Forever Maine 90, John West, Tribe Fan 879, Tim Pepper, thank you all for joining me. Was Guidry the ace that year? No, he was good in 77. 78 was when he had the 1.79 ERA. But Guidry still had a very good year for the Yankees. I think he's going to start. I don't know. We don't get to that game for a while. So join me, everyone, tonight for some Payoff Pitch Baseball as we get back to that, as we now begin the 85 season. Thank you all for joining me, and I want you to stay healthy, safe, and strong, and be good to each other. The Cubs knock out the Indians 5-3. See you guys later tonight. Have a good one, guys. Take care.